went over there and changed out a bunch of the breakers, and that didn't work. So tomorrow we'll try the other side, the 15s. See if it's not marked, which is a drag because we should have had it marked, and we know exactly what we're dealing with. But the east one's marked, but the main air conditioner is not. And after this, I'm going to go through and he'll turn them on and off, and I'll go through the house and find out what's working and what's not, so we can label every breaker on the breaker box and know exactly which one it is, and then write it on the side. You know. So that'd be nice. Oh man. You know, when you share care given accordance to need, built to last, the more intelligent something is, the more simply it works and stuff, and you know, the more complex it is, typically the less necessary it is. You know, when you get into complex forms of manipulation, it's because you're not simply doing things right. And like with me, you know, probably the best athlete in my generation, and probably in the whole world, as far as being able to pick up something and do it. And I didn't think I was. I didn't know. You know, well, because I can't roller skate and or ice skate, nor do I want to. I could run faster and jump higher than anybody when I needed to, and I'm real good with my hands. And so that's why I didn't play soccer that much. They crack you in the shins and stuff, and you know they can't do that in basketball, or they're not supposed to. Technically, not supposed to. So, basketball was my sport. You know, and besides, Jesus told me not to play football because I would hurt people. You know, everybody's what? Yeah, I know. I was. Leo Barker. You ought to think about it. Leo, I'm 5'11", $155. You know, Lawrence Taylor would kill me. No, he wouldn't. And then when I got older, you know, like with Mark was, you know, 6'5", 285, worked out all the time. You know, he said with Natalie, you know, you need to grab those young men, grab them by the balls, squeeze, look them in the eye, and tell them you can make them pay fast. I said, I can't pull that off, Mark. He goes, yes, you can. And he knew. Well, because he had an IEP and he had friends that worked at Fort Huachuca, right? And see the Crips run from Earl, and Earl sleeping in the chair with the baseball bat across his legs in the projects in Phoenix to make sure that nobody ripped off his truck or ripped off his tires, his rims. And so, yeah, Mark knew. And it's like, you know, most people, oh God, white people, they'd sit there and tell their sister and something like that. You know, they find a way to get, you know, I don't know what they do, but yeah, no. And there's little old, you know, there's little old Ralph Macchio Earl sitting in his chair with the baseball bat across his legs. I didn't think of it. You don't see yourself as yourself till you watch yourself through military intel surveillance's eyes. Okay? When you do it, you think, wow, there's the little angel on my shoulder, right? You know? It's Cusco's poison. You know, the patient was especially made for Cusco's poison. You know? You think it's a little angel and devil thing, you know. Devil, angel, I can't make up my mind. Right? So it's, you don't take it seriously, especially if you're not an egomaniac testing yourself on everything and see, you know, and you're not Bruce Willis and M. Night Shyamalan's imagination, you know, having problems with Samuel Jackson, right? And so you're not James McAvoy, right? And so you're like, you just don't know. You don't know. If you're a very down-to-earth, empathetic, respectful, kind, considerate, compassionate, sweetheart of a human being, you have no idea that you're David and you can kick Goliath's ass anytime you need to. Okay, like Haile Selassie, you know. It's very important that I am coming to you today from my garden in Abyss. Oh, shit. Okay, I see what he's saying now. David will, even in the 20th century, David will always defeat Goliath. And so I'm sitting in this chair, and you got those, you know, that little hot jock from New Mexico State, and the other three were very respectful to me, and they sat and they listened, right? So apparently they've had some people that know my nephew, Jordan, right? So I'm sitting there, and everybody, well, they'll talk shit behind your back. Yeah, I know, but they got cell phones, and I told them about everything. When you break things down to people to the most minute detail, and how easily you're manipulated if you have ego problems. So please don't have ego problems, because I don't have ego problems, and that's why I'm the guy from the book of Revelation. Don't roll your eyes when I talk to you about Jesus. Don't front on me when I tell you about the Gospels and what we have to do to live the ways of the apostles globally right here, right now. Don't do it. Don't be caught with your cell phone, okay? The property of the David Rockefeller Foundation. You think you own the satellites? Guys, even if Elon Musk owns satellites, okay, and has them in the sky, the only reason he's allowed to have them in the sky is because of the U.S. government and the world corporations saying so. If they did not want him to have those satellites in the sky, he would be dead right now, and somebody else would be the top washing machine guy flying his washing machines over your hometown to make sure that Parsons was in check, right? Ching ching. You guys ain't too smart, is you? Okay? So you can take Job, you can poison him, you can have everybody in town laugh at him. You ain't so high. How's your God helping you now, Job? How's your God helping you now? My faith in God is the only thing that is sustaining the children of this world to pray to the Lord to grow up to be like me and not like you. Boom ba boom boom ba doom ba boom boom ba doom banana nut, right? So you guys are going to have to catch up and have to do right, okay? Because when quantum computing is globally working properly through me being the focal point, correcting artificial intelligence, I cannot go on Family Feud and make sure all these women, okay, get the love they need by making love with a man, right? Do you understand? Okay. Think like a man, right? Think like a man, right? Think like a man. See, those girls wear my ass out. Steve Harvey could try. They'd wear his ass out too. So those girls wear me out, you know? I don't want to do that. There's a family on the other side. With a guy dressed like David Wade. Okay, Dwayne Wade. Okay, well, she's cute. They're all very cute, yeah. Okay, they're very, very cute. They're adorable. They're on their little dresses, and they got their hair, and now they're all taking Sean, and they're shaking her hand and say, "You got the questions right. We're gonna get money. We're gonna go to the slot machines at the local Indian casino in our community." It's not Indian. They're Native Americans. Indians are from India. Do you understand? That's why they're called Indians. Are all you funny? I know. You do know money ain't real, right? Okay. You do know if you believe money is real, you're the devil and Satan's plaything. You know, do you remember the days of slavery? Do you remember what Marcus Garvey said? Marcus Garvey said that a people without a knowledge and a history are like a tree without root. That's what Marcus Garvey said, right? So, therefore, in order to be like Haile Selassie, don't try to repatriate to Africa when you know damn well you've got your son who plays in the NBA has better land to live on in California than they have in Namibia. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Did you ever notice how Elvis sounds Barack sounds a little bit like Elvis? Just a little bit. Singe my mind, baby, just a little bit. With just a touch of love, just a touch. Oh, she's a sweetheart, she's clapping. The other family won, and she's clapping for him, and she's smiling for him. The little girl, the pretty little one in the pink dress right there on the end, clapping with the glasses. Yeah. The other side won, and she's happy for him, and she's clapping. Isn't she sweet? Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Yeah, she's over there, and she wasn't bitter. She's smiling. Y'all got it right. Y'all won. What a sweetheart. Now if she would just do that when y'all get it right, and I'll go, you mean the Messiah's north of San Ysidro, New Mexico, and the Lord's Prayer is perfect? Right. Y'all got it right. Nobody wins, nobody loses. Nobody's going shopping on Rodeo Drive. Hallelujah, brother. Right? It's cool, ain't it? Yeah, it is very cool. And Earl Parsons, he is the best. Yeah, he is. Man, that's an amazing, wonderful guy. And yeah, I'm the 1322nd redeemer of all the prophets, apostles, and messiahs globally. Okay, the people that are like me in faith of the truth of our existence globally. Right. These poor kiddos, do not beat the hell out of other people for a piece of money with dead people's faces on it that own people as slavery. And yeah, people get all, that one I made the other day about the happy 250th birthday there, America. You do know that the thing that you get all those people, they sacrificed all so we could be free. Those people owned their own wives and children. They owned Porgy and Bess. If he fucked Porgy to make new house slaves and fucked Bess to make new house slaves, he tortured and mutilated Porgy. He's a founding father. He was divinely inspired by God, Jesus Christ, to live the commands of Jesus Christ. Happy 250th birthday, America. I was 10 years old. We celebrated the bicentennial at Mesilla Parkville Elementary School with mariachi music and dancers like I have with the murals in the barn. That's how we celebrated it. I never forget, Jimmy Carter was just elected president, and we had a celebration before school got out that year about our bicentennial, and it was mariachi music and mariachi dancers, and we had big, bright, Corey Evan Bowen, it's your dress, Uncle Girl, make it any color you want. Well, the girl I had, she was older, you kept crushing on older girls when, you're so young, old, I'm so young, and you're so old, oh, Diana. There's this pretty Mexican girl, and she was wearing a yellow dress. She had the hair up and almost like the Princess Leia, but a little bit nicer, kind of, how they do the hair with the little buns on the side things. She had dark, flashing eyes, and she was dancing with a handsome caballero, in his cowboy boots and his sombrero, and they were da-da-da-da-da-da, and you couldn't help but crush on the pretty girls in their dresses and the flashing dresses, and the cowboys, the boys were, they came down to the elementary school for the celebration and stuff, and yeah. It was the 3rd of September. No, it was like in May, probably around Cinco de Mayo and all that stuff. Yeah, so they was like doing multiple celebrations. It was the 5th of May, a day that will never go away, because that was the day that Early realized that, what pays the bills? Freedom. That was the day I realized that. What pays the bills? Freedom. That's the price you pay to pay the bills. Every time you pay the bills or have other people pay bills, the price is freedom. The price is the blood of Christ. Okay? His blood standing up for our freedom, living the Lord's Prayer, that was spilt as an innocent man by guilty people trying to lie about his truth. Every time you pay the bills, the price is freedom. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. Oh, I'm tired. Poor baby. Little Courtney, she didn't do too good. But it's only money. Okay. I've been on social media for the last 16 years. Okay, she almost got there. And she didn't answer 3 questions, which gives the other little girl opportunities to maybe have the top answer in those 3 questions. So they might have a shot there. Okay, do you understand? You never know. It's two entirely different people. Okay, and people can be radically different from families. We don't know. But it's just a game for money manufactured by a bunch of dumbasses that are always solving problems by going to Mars to get more candy bars. Right. And the girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Yeah, and take $50 million to save our water from corporate corruption. Project Jupiter guy outside the front of Lowe's. I'm like, wow. No, Jesus tells me in my head, he goes, Earl, yeah, I know, before the fall of the Roman Empire, I'm a history major, but I just look at the perpetual shared mistakes, and then, okay, it hurts when you do that, don't do that, right? And so that was always the most obvious solution is because you're not living truthfully, right? And that's the answer to the evidence of why we're not living truthfully, right? So you understand? Okay, shimmy, shimmy, cocoa bop, shimmy, shimmy, bop. Yeah. Man, I'm glad I'm single. Right? So, and this is Tanya. I wonder if she laughs like Smedley from the cartoons. Smedley, I think it was Muttley, but she called her Smedley, which is nice because that's being better than being called Muttley, right? All right, so catch that pigeon, because remember, so Muttley used to laugh like, and that's how Tanya would laugh, right? And that's why Rivka Shumway, which was Tanya's nickname for my wife, Steffi, okay, called her Smedley. She's Nestle, but I think it was Muttley. I don't know. I'm not sure. She told me that she laughs like the one from the cartoons. I was like, oh, that's cute. So maybe she got no. Okay, it don't look like they're gonna win it because it doesn't look like it's mathematically feasible. Because the other girl got 56 on the final one, and I think she had trouble with the last one, and so. Yeah, okay, yeah. Now it's definitely not mathematically feasible because she got the Tom Patzer at 56 on the last one, and 44 ain't gonna do it, so it's done. So they're gonna answer the last question, but it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't mean a thing. Sausage 0. Okay. So you're looking like he gonna tell you what the answers were for each one. He said the bubba doos the bubba is the bubba zibba da ba zibba da ba dooba was the baba zibba da, and the boozy bazy beezy was the bazy boozy bee. Right? So I love you guys very much. But guys, you know, it's always just as bad to be like Caiaphas and Herod. Okay, like this stupid ass commercial. Have you seen this stupid ass commercial? Don't buy throw pillows. Buy guns to shoot your wife if you catch her screwing the mailman. Ain't you insane clown, Passy? Throw pillows? My boy Mark reminds me of my boy Mark. You know, we got tons of soft and big fluffy pillows, and I always replace them on our bed, right? And his wife is Apache, right? And she's like 5 foot nothing, if that. You know, she's tiny, right? He's 6'5", 285, right? And they all come in and go, "Oh, look how she did the bedroom." She looks at him and laughs and goes, "No, that's all Mark. He does all the big fluffy soft flow pillows and all that. Yeah, that's Mark's." Me, I just lay on the I sleep on a board, right? And I laugh. I was like, "You're kidding." He goes, "No, it's hilarious. It's great." I was like, "Yeah, I was kind of like that with me and my first wife. You know, it was a little different. It was our music and stuff. You know, everybody'd come over and assume that the Journey and the this and that, those kind of things, you know, was mine, and that the the Marvin Gaye and the Al Green and stuff was Steffi's, right?" And you're like, no, it's like what? She married a white guy, and I married a black girl, right? Okay, so all the black music is mine, and most of the white music is hers. I don't think they're getting it. Okay, why do you like Lola Falana? Why do you like Lonnie Anderson? You're not answering my question. I don't think you get it. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of funny. And you explain that to people, and they're like, "What's he talking about?" There you go. That's why I'm considered one of the more intelligent people in the history of the world. And there are stories of my life written down on pieces of paper, read by people in buildings they call churches, like many, many years in advance. It's hard because I tell my family, I tell my dad, "You're Raphael from the Bible. He doesn't seem happy or satisfied with that at all. He doesn't sit there, oh, wow, that's great. I sit there and tell my sister, your son, okay, is in Islamic prophecy and is the one like Malachi, Melchizedek, Abraham, Melchizedek, and Malachi, and then Muhammad in the Bible and the Quran." "Oh, no, he's not. He's, And I sat there and she goes, "No, Carnegie Mellon, they're going to Carnegie Mellon because Isaac's wife is going there, not Isaac." Yeah, Isaac's wife is smarter than Isaac is what my sister told me. And I was like, if you get a scholarship to an institution that values money over life, and the other kid doesn't, okay, which kid is more intelligent? Okay, the guy that goes to Embry-Riddle, or the guy that drops out of college because at Embry-Riddle they drop bombs on people for banks? You know what I'm saying? That man's a genius. He drops bombs on people for banks. He's a genius. He's a hero. He drops bombs on people for banks. Mr. Banks, are you a judge? You moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air, right? Soul bossa nova time. Bum ba 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 da da ba da 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 ba da da da. That's Jalil White, man. Yeah, that's Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel, he's in good shape. He ain't as skinny as he was when he was a kid, and he has a nice beard. Keeps it nicely trimmed. Well, he probably has the money to afford to. Okay. Nah, guys, if I had to wake up every day, okay, and be on TV, okay, to endorse and sell products, right? I wouldn't be being abused by the people that do so. I'd be physically very, very very much in good shape. You know, I'd have probably a nicer body than on the Pacific Bank commercial, or the guy that brings the carrots for the guinea pig from Walmart. The guinea pig, the Vinny pig. No, it's not a Vinny pig. That's Vinny pig. Isn't that a city in Manitoba, Canada? Right? No, it's a guinea pig. A Vinny pig? What? No, shh. Isn't that? Is this young fellow Sikh? Yeah, because he's wearing a Sikh turban. So that's neat. An African fellow who converted to a Indian religion. That's neat. How universal. How transcendent of us, right? Okay, Earl, you're funny. So, oh, I'm tired. Yeah, tired of game shows. Tired of money. Tired of invention. Tired of delusions of success through invention. So if I invent a piece of spy equipment that can manipulate everybody better than your piece of spy equipment, and everybody gives me money for that piece of spy equipment, that makes me successful. The most successful person in the world, right? The most successful person in the world. I have the most money and the top tech of all the people that use money for spy equipment to keep people accepting spy equipment as security for their money, right? That makes me the most successful, rich, technological, intelligent genius on the whole planet, right? Is that correct? Isn't that correct? Wouldn't that be the correct answer? That would be the correct answer? Is that a right answer? Is that the right answer? All right. So, Shazbat. Mork, Colleen Olsen. Nanu. Mork, Colleen Orson. Come in, Orson. They're already living among us. And they're already way more intelligent than we are. We don't even have the capacity to be as intelligent as the aliens that are living among us with the top surveillance tech, to be the richest person in the world, to sell you robots to keep you and your money safe from the other people that believe Jesus is more intelligent than Mr. Spacely and Mr. Cogswell put together, right? Jane, stop this crazy thing, right? You're just jealous because you're a son like Elroy. Oh, you're funny. Yeah, I know. It's sad because, people, you think, oh, they're so charming. They seem to be. Wouldn't charming be Lawrenceburg Primero homes, right? And then living the freedom of the Lord's Prayer and sustaining it with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs, wouldn't that be charming? That would probably be the most charming person in the whole world, right? Most charming. More charming than any other man in the whole world. Even more charming than my grandpa, who could charm the panties off the next door neighbor faster than you can. Just kidding, he couldn't do it for everybody, but he could do it for a lot of people. Well, he had to shoot his shot, right? He went at a gig on a Tyler Perry movie or TV series about the Oval Office, right? About the White House. Yeah, the White House. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I had to turn my head before my darkness. Right? I remember that song. I used to listen to that song because I thought about it. I was like, that'd be so horrible. There's a line of cars and they're all painted black. Say, there goes my love never to come back. Maybe if I look hard enough into the setting sun, he won't be able to see. And his love will laugh with me before the day, the morning comes. You ever heard Painted Black by the Rolling Stones? Mary Claire's Records. Pearl, she talks like Marlene Dietrich. And she dances like Giga Gomez. The clothes are all made by Balmain. I don't know who any of these. I know who Martina Dietrich is. I don't know who Gigi Gomez is. And Balmain, I'm not, no. I'm certain it's like a Gucci or a Versace or, Gaddafi look. The Gaddafi look, right? And so I'm certain it's something like that. It's like Gucci or Versace or something, something like that. Balmain, but whatever. Yeah, so whatever. It's really not that important. It's not the Messiah. It's not the truth of creation. It's not faith in the truth of creation. So it's really not that important. It's just an invention. Hey, look, it's flying washing machines, right? Made by a genius who's an alien living among us and has the best equipment to save us all from the insanity of the delusions of the mythology of Abrahamic religion globally. Because all those zealous and those crazy people say one day Abrahamic religion will save the world from human invention and idolatry being so insane that everybody fights to be successful at it that it ends up killing us all. And then we put our brain on a computer so we can see if the rats take over Manhattan Island, and if the cats turn into flying cats to eat and kill all the rats, right? Boy, I'd want to be the person put my brain on the robot to watch that happen, see if that happens. I really like cats. I like cats too. What are we going to name that? There's only one name to name that robot to watch over the cats. What's that? Scat Cat? No. Abraham DeLisi. Giuseppe Casey. Thomas O'Malley. O'Malley the alley cat, because he encompasses all the great geniuses of the world. All the Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Malley, O'Malley the alley cat. That covers all of Europe, like, Ava Gavor said, right? It's funny. Scat Cat? No, Scat Cat just covers the whole African part. Ooh, ooh. Abraham DeLacy, we're all, Africa. Okay. Abraham, African religion. So Abraham, right at the beginning, Abraham, he covers it right there. Boom, Abraham DeLacy. Giuseppe Casey. Thomas O'Malley. O'Malley the alley cat. That's what we're going to name the brain on the computer on Manhattan Island that stays alive after all humans die, to see if the cats turn into flying cats to eat all the rats, to keep the balance for the ecosystem on Manhattan Island after all humans die, after humans, right? This guy's at the History Channel. He's at NYU. He's teaching your children how to be better people. And he's a top tech, so it's one of the top people making sure Parsons, the scourge of humanity, the Abrahamic religion guy, never has a chance to pollute our children with that mythology about living the Lord's Prayer and trying to replace our great inventions from our minds that we love with that lie about omniscient, omnipotent truth of creation, essence of all existence that pre-exists my great mind and my great inventions, to replace the truth of creation with me. Me. How Stephen Hawking of you, all in the name of science. Hey, we will eliminate all irrational thought through crazy people that accept mythology and money over the truth of science. Here, do it now. Call up. It's only $89.95 tune-up. That's it. Southwest AC. Maybe we should call those guys. Say, hey, Southwest AC? I'm sure it costs more than $89, and they're in El Paso and we're in Las Cruces, so we can't do it. Okay? Do it. Southwest AC. Do it. You guys are meanies. That poor little cute girl with her pom-poms right now could be staying in a place that was adobe and would require less AC, and it wouldn't be refrigerated. It would be swamp cooling, because water's the universal solvent. And when you pump water back in the air, then all the cumulus and cirrus clouds say, hey, it's not salt flats and tar pits and poison from machines that kill and people spraying Roundup to kill all the feed for the crops, which is the weeds. You cut and pull the weeds. You feed the crops with that. Oh, what were you thinking, God, when you did that? I don't know. We'll replace that with the cancer industry, spraying poisons that causes the plants to attack and try to shut down the human beings because they're a threat to the whole balance of the ecosystem. Go figure. Why don't the people that explained to us at the World Health Organization, why didn't Dr. Fauci explain us to us a simple physics of what the fuck is going on when you're COVIDing your cove to get your respiratory system to shut down and die because you're a threat to your own planet's balance and harmony for understanding. Why not? Why not? Hit the button there, guys. Hit the button. Come on, why not? Do it. Do it. Call now. $89.95 tune-up. AC. Do it now. DC. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. Right? You got the biggest balls of them all? Okay. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. That's another guy, though. That's the guy whose wife ended up drowning in the pool and he got off because he had a better lawyer, right? And then we had a black guy named Lorenzo Sayers. Didn't happen in the pool, but whatever. And then what's the other one that AC/DC is famous for? She was a sex machine. She kept her motor clean. She was the best damn woman that I ever seen. She shook me all night long. She had sex with him all night long. She was a sex machine. She kept her motor clean. Yeah. That means that she uses the douche and the bag it comes in to make sure that you would sing songs about her, to fill arenas for lots of money, to be able to afford to keep on having sex with her and keep her motor clean. Right. And then the gynecologist showed up, and he was younger and more attractive, and he got drunk and got high, went on tour, toured with Black Sabbath, and now lives in a country that doesn't have extradition laws with the same countries that he's from, because his roadie and manager killed a candy salesman in a country with his own shoelaces to get the brandy sifter full of green M&Ms for Ozzy to go on stage. It's a true story. You're just making that up. Well, there's truth to it. It's like No Country for Old Men with the bull and all that. Okay. Earl, let's load this one up. And let's see if you guys are getting any better at being a decent person so you can like, share, and subscribe. It'll help us all live the love of Jesus Christ, and Jesus loves you more than you will know until you recognize this YouTube and share it, because if I have to fix the technology largely by myself, we have quantum computing. You ain't going to say, on that day I was standing on his right-hand side saying, I want to live the Lord's Prayer with you, Lord. They cut you on camera. We saw the marks on your stroller. We stayed until it was over. Okay, Chico Benitas? Okay.